Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. Cindy here from CLB Craft Creations, and today we are making a note card set. You could use the note card envelopes and the note cards with the coordinated envelopes that we sell, or you can make your own. I went ahead and made my own, and I cut mine differently. So mine are cut at 3.5 by 3.5 by 10. And then scored at 5 to make the 3.5 by 5-inch note card. So it's the same size. I just cut it differently, just to be different, I guess. And these are definitely more fall-themed butterflies with the colors that I'm using. And the one that I'm making is the same. It's the same card. I'm just adding the 4th card. So these are actually really quick to mass produce. And are a great hostess gift, or they're really just a nice gift to give someone who likes to send notes or cards or whatever. They're also nice to include as in, with little care packages. So let's get started. Like I said, the card is actually a note card size, which is 3.5 by 5. So I have it actually cut at 3.5 by 10, scored at 5. Okay. The stamp set that we're using is the Watercolor Wishes, which is a 3-step stamping, and it goes, like I said, it goes pretty quickly. It's photopolymer, so if you feel like your stamps require you to use a mat, please do so. The whole idea behind this set is to make it look like it's watercolored, and so there are inconsistencies in the stamp. So if you're trying to get an exact image, you're not going to get one. That's just not how the stamp is designed. So don't stress about trying to get that perfectly solid. But if you do feel like you're not getting the right balance with the stamps, and I'll show you what I mean when we start stamping the butterflies, but you may want to bring in a mat, a Stampin' Pierce mat or something to stamp on, just to give it a little bit of extra cushion. Okay, so we're going to start with the little dotted images. I'm using crushed curry, and I'm going to stamp all 3 dots all the way at the bottom of my card. Okay, and it doesn't go all the way off. You could leave it like that. That looks really nice too. I'm just going to continue it on. So we're going to do that, and then I'm only going to use 2 of the 3 rows, and I'm going to do the same thing. So up here, I'm just using the 2 instead of 3, and we'll do the same thing. We'll just continue at the top there. Okay. Now we're going to do our butterfly. So this is the big solid one, and when I go to stamp this, I will show you where you're not going to get a solid image. I'm also using crushed curry for this, so just ink it up, and now I'm going to just stamp it right down in the center towards the top. Okay, and just give the stamp a second to transfer. And I don't even know if you can tell here, you can see where it looks darker in areas, and I'm just going to pull it up. Okay, this is supposed to look like this. It is supposed to have inconsistencies in the stamping. Okay, so don't think that you stamped that wrong and it's not coming out clear and crisp. Okay, it's watercolor. It's not supposed to be clear and crisp. So there's our base layer. The next color I'm going to go in with is the Tangelo Twist, and I'm going to do the inside piece. Okay, and this is going to be the piece that gives gives the detail, and I'm just going to line that up the best I can without sticking my head in the camera. Okay, and there you go. Like I said, it's definitely a very fall feeling with these color combinations. I was trying to go for the Monarch butterfly with the oranges and the reds, but the reds just didn't look right, at least what I was doing. So I went ahead with definitely a more fall with the orangey and the rust colors. So I'm using Cajun Craze now for my outside layer. And this is beautiful just like this. If you wanted to just leave it at that and not stamp the third layer, you certainly could. Oh, and look at that. I just stamped right down on that. All right. I'm not paying attention. I'm going to stamp over it anyway. And we'll see if there's something we can do to fix it. Although none of the other ones have that. So I'll probably just have to restamp that one, but I'm not going to make you guys suffer and watch me do that. Okay, so then that was the Cajun Craze on the outside. Our next layer is going to be the body and the antenna, which we are going to put in the Memento Tuxedo Black. And I know that I mentioned when I stamped this this set, well, this was a couple of weeks ago, the first time you use it, you're going to want to stamp off a couple of times and clean it just to get the film off of it, because it gives a much crisper look after you've cleaned it a bit. So that's just a little tip. Okay, so then that is, I mean, that basically our card is done, and we've completed the entire set at this point. I'm not quite sure what I could do to actually cover that up. I could probably put a sequin there or something. I could probably even put maybe a little bow. Take a linen thread bow, stick with the fall theme. See if I can tie a quick bow. We'll see how it looks and then determine whether or not we want to do it. So I just took off some linen thread, and it would have to definitely be tiny. It might be a nice touch, but I would hate to waste this entire card because of that silly little slip. I don't think I love that there. And it's in a weird spot that I don't know that a sequin would necessarily look appropriate. That looks a little odd. Let's see what the stamp set has. It does have these little dots in it. We could try and just put some random dots in the back. At this point, I mean, we'll try it, right? Who knows what we'll get. I think maybe what I'll do though is I'll do the crushed curry. I'm going to stamp off. Let's see how dark that would be. It might not work. So let's stamp off, and then I'm going to just kind of stamp over it. Stamp off. I'm just going to put some in random spots. Kind of changes the look of the card, doesn't it? Do one there, and then I like to do things in odd numbers, so we can put that there, and then maybe go in with the other colors too. Do some Tangelo twist, which is right here. Again, I'm going to stamp off. It's not my favorite. But, okay, so I did 3 of those, and then I can go in with the Cajun Craze just to kind of continue with the theme. Oh, make sure you stamp off. It makes it look busy, which is not what I was going for. I wanted a very clean look. So I probably could have just left it as it was and it would have been fine. But you know, the nice thing is I can actually, so this will not obviously make it into my note card set, but I could, I can use the coordinating die cuts and just cut it out, and then I can pop that up on a card. So it won't be wasted at all. So there's there's some ideas. Let me bring in the others, which did not get messed up with me talking. And think about, you could do these in any colors really that you wanted. So there you go. I hope that you like them and that you are enjoying this 3-step stamping stamp set. I love this stamp set. And this is, I think it's just an easy set to make gifts with. So I hope that you liked it. Give it a try. Give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment. Thanks.